Want to see more cool videos on our channel? We do, so press this bell and enable to send notifications.
Look at the waves rocking the open seas, so calming. In the undercurrent, you'll find deadly sea creatures you never thought existed. From venomous snails, fish with giant teeth, fish with light sensors, and beautiful fish with switchblades. Some of these creatures will send a jolt to your senses and leave you squirming at the edge of your seat. Let's start with number 10, black swallower. This is one deadly fish. It's also a bit of a glutton. It can swallow prey twice its length and 10 times its size. We're talking about the black swallower, which is slender and scaly. This fish can be found swimming across tropical and subtropical waters in the North and South Atlantic Oceans. Most of these species are common in the Grand Cayman Islands. This is the boa constrictor among the fish population. It has a big mouth, giant-sized front teeth that are like hooks curved inwards, and some very big jaws that ensure that it gets a good grip of its huge prey. Remember that larger-than-life appetite? Most times it results to chaos. Sometimes the black swallower takes in more than it can chew, and the prey takes too long to be digested, and eventually decomposes in the predator's body releasing toxic gases. Then, poof! The fish impounds, then explodes, and meets its untimely death. Since these fearless creatures are 10,000 feet underwater, they have not been seen on camera ever while under. When they explode, the gas pushes the remnant of the black swallower up to the surface. Marine researchers have a field day. Finally, they get some fodder, then can go into the lab for some tests. Greed is a deadly sin. Number 9. Viperfish. When you see this fish, you will be spooked out for days. It has a caricature thing going on. The teeth are quite huge in comparison to the head. See? This killer fish has perfected its hunting skills deep underwater and uses its transparent fangs as weapons of capturing lunch and dinner. Like the black swallower, the teeth of the viperfish are critically used to trap the prey and hold it in place. The jaws of the viperfish can open up to a 90-degree angle, making it possible to swallow whole prey that's about 63% of its body size. The viperfish also knows how to play mind games. The fish has photospores on the lower side of the fish, which are used to entice the prey from up above. The unsuspecting prey follows the shiny lights. The torso also has a signature light organ, which leads the prey directly to the mouth of the viperfish. Bam! 1 minute, prey is curiously following a fancy light. Next thing, it's inside the jaws of the killer fish. How cool and effortless is that? The fish are found along the coast of Australia at a depth of 600 to 1500 meters. It's unlikely you and I would cross paths with it anytime soon. Number 8. Stonefish. This one has earned some respect. The stonefish has always been feared among the fish kingdom. Recently, researchers discovered that it has switchblades on its head, and they have a new admiration for the sea creature. It's earned the title of the world's most venomous fish. Living in the waters of the Indo-Pacific Ocean, the stonefish is also a distant relative to the scorpionfish. For the kill, stonefish use some survival tactics. These fish have superb camouflage skills and easily hide in stone and coral reef, waiting to attack their prey. As they are waiting, they are always on standby, and when prey passes by, they act at the speed of lighting, opening their mouths and swallowing it whole. If the stonefish senses something on top of it, it will jab its spine out, releasing venom. The fluorescent green switchblade bone is not venomous. Researchers suspect that this is used to ward off competitors. Underwater, the stonefish uses the switchblade to attract the ladies. Some bad boy attitude goes a long way. Number 7. Box jellyfish. Just so you know, harmless-looking jellyfish will kill you. Most jellyfish are considered deadly to some degree, but in reality, only 8 to 9 species have venom. Problem is, unless you are a marine researcher, you'd not be able to tell apart the venomous from non-venomous ones. Let's agree on that little fact. The box jellyfish is venomous. It's hardly visible underwater, making the risk even greater. More so, jellyfish are always in shallow waters during the day and will often cross paths with swimmers. Just a single sting can be fatal, leading to a cardiac arrest and eventual death. Most victims immediately go into shock and drown before they get to shore and find help. These box jellyfish can transform themselves and elongate their tentacles to 10 feet long and increase their inches wide. Interestingly, the turtles are their ninja predators and are immune to their stings. Fun fact: the box jellyfish has 24 eyes on the sides of their body. That said, they lack a central nervous system, so it's not understandable how they process what they see. Number 6. Needlefish. These ones are feisty little terrors. These fish are characterized with a long body and sharp jaws. They have a tendency to swim in shallow waters, and with the slightest provocation will jump out of the water and attack. The fish move about in small gangs and have been known to attack fishermen and divers. They have sharp, needle-like teeth and can puncture and injure the skin critically. A young boy in Hawaii was reported dead after needlefish punctured and pierced his head in sensitive areas. Number 5. Pufferfish. This fish seems too cute to be dangerous. Cuteness is relative. In some places, it's also a scrumptious delicacy. That said, if the pufferfish is not prepared well, it can send you to an early grave. Generally, this fish is a slow, lazy swimmer and vulnerable to predators unless it has some time to inflate and attack. All pufferfish have tetrodotoxin, a compound that is more poisonous than cyanide. In one single fish, the toxic is enough to kill 30 people. The fact that there's no antidote for this venom makes them more lethal. How is it a culinary treat again? Let's travel to Tokyo, Japan. Japan eats a lot of this fish and is a popular delicacy called fuju, which is served as sashimi in high-end restaurants. In 2018, a supermarket in Japan sold 5 packets of the fish whose poisonous liver had not been removed. They had to use the missile alert system as a warning to residents. Phew, that would have been one fishy disaster. Number 4. The banded sea krait. This one is not really a fish, even though it's a sea creature. It is known by 5 different names, all of them ending with krait. It's a snake that is very noticeable because of its bands and long broad tail. Try staring at it for a few seconds. Does its sight send chills down your spine? It makes its home in the coral reef of the eastern Indian, western Pacific Oceans. They specialize in hunting eels and can be found in rocks, crevices, and caves underwater. Banded kraits spend time on land to rest, digest food, relax, and drink clean water. This means you stand a chance encounter with it one of these fine days. Relax, banded kraits hardly interact with humans and are considered quite unnerved by us. They are not aggressive and hardly attack even when provoked. Their venom is toxic enough to kill you, but there's never been a reported incidence of a human attack. That notwithstanding, steer clear. You don't want to be patient number 1. Number 3. Crown of thorn starfish. If the stonefish is the king of the sea, this one right here is the queen. This shapely fish has sharp spines on its sides that resemble a crown. When feeling compromised, they release the spines and leave a sting that is super painful. They also cause a blue wound that can last for a very long time. These starfish are found in the Indo-Pacific Ocean off the coast of Australia. As they eat hard, stony coral polyps, they release a chemical that attracts more crown of thorn starfish, and it's very easy for the ocean waters to be infested by the species, destroying a large section of the coral reef. They could easily take over the sea kingdom. Good thing is that the pufferfish and triggerfish are able to feed on this starfish. They have already done a lot of damage to some areas of the coral reefs. Number 2. Corn snails. These are not the type you eat in an exotic restaurant. Corn snails love to stay in warm tropical seas. They have almost 800 variations, most of which have lethal venom that can murder 20 men with one drop. If you dare touch one, you will be paralyzed within minutes. The corn snails have very many bioactive compounds, making it hard to get anti-venom. They are not aggressive and can only attack if they feel a threat. Some researchers are busy in the lab peering at them, waiting to launch a scientific breakthrough. They are convinced corn snail venom can lead to critical answers in the medical field, and the components of these sea creatures can be used for cures for diabetes and Alzheimer's disease. Number 1. Blue-ringed octopus. Beautiful, graceful, and small with a blue flashlight, they seem harmless. They could be elegant underwater ballet dancers. Even though the blue lights flash when they sense danger, they are not aggressive and would rather run away than attack. They reside in the Indian Ocean and the Pacific from Japan to Australia. They hide in tidal pools and it's easy to accidentally step on one. Nothing is what it seems. Behind that beauty lies some ugly. If you're ever bitten, seek immediate medical attention. This is when you'll know the harm they can cause. Their venom has tetrodotoxin, which we compared earlier to cyanide. It can cause paralysis, respiratory failure, and blindness. This venom has no antivenom. For immediate first aid, give the person who's been bitten respiratory assistance within minutes of being bitten. If they survive the first 24 hours, they will be okay. How was that experience? Is your skin crawling? Do you think we've left out any deadly sea urchin? No pun intended. Thank you so much for watching, and if you enjoy the video, please let me know by clicking the like button. Do share, write a comment, and don't forget to subscribe so that you can catch up to my next video.